Zwagala, Aibo. Shop, the future's calling. Maths and mind colliding. Daily dose of power. AI's here. Siaya. Kubeka, let's learn the new way. Siahamba Pezul. Daily dose of power. AI's here. Siaya. Kubeka, let's learn the new way. Siahamba Pezul.
Hi guys, welcome to another lesson of the Daily Dose of Mathematics. In our lesson today, we're going to be starting with functions. We're going to start with 4.1 from the June 2026 Limpopo question paper. Now, it will take us through our question. Let's go and check, highlight what is important, and then what is it that we're going to need. Let's go to our question. What does it say?
So our question is 4.1 says, the sketch below shows the hyperbola, which is g of x is equal to 1 all over x plus 3 minus 1.
Okay, that's the equation of the hyperbolic function. Eh?
The equation of the hyperbolic function.
Okay.
Then it says, the y-intercept of the straight line h is 3, and the line passes through the point of intersection of the asymptote of g.
Okay, so we have the vertical and the horizontal asymptotes.
Yes.
Okay.
And it says, line h cuts the x-axis at f and the y-axis at g, respectively.
Okay, so we have another graph, which is the straight line.
Yes.
So they say it cuts, highlight those points where they're talking about it's f and what?
It's f and g.
And f and g, okay, sharp.
Then,
Okay.
For statement.
Okay, that's it for our statement. Okay, as you can see, guys, here we're dealing with the hyperbolic function and a straight line. And then we're going to be approaching 4.1.1 now. What does it say? What is 4.1.1?
4.1.1 says, write down the equation of asymptote of g.
Okay, so we're supposed to write down the asymptote. It's only 2 marks, this question.
Yeah, it's 2 marks.
Okay, guys, let's not lose marks here. This is one of the simplest that we have to do. Now, let's just start with the common mistake that learners make. Some of the things that learners do on the examination, they will realize that our asymptote is going to be x is equal to minus 3. Ne?
Yes.
And then, but instead of writing x is equal to minus 3, they will just write minus 3. Remember, this is an equation, guys. Ne? So if you are dealing with an equation, the best way to do it is just to remember that our denominator cannot be 0. Ne?
Yes.
So how do we approach that? We're going to tell them that x plus 3.
X plus 3
is going to be equal to 0. Ne? So basically, we're asking what is the value that is going to make this thing to be undefined? Ne?
Yes.
Now, if we transpose to the other side, what does it say?
So then if we transpose to the other side, the positive 3 is going to change its sign. It's going to be negative 3.
So we say x is going to be equal to minus 3. Ne?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get 1 mark for that. Obvious, guys, once you have used x, the other variable that you still have to find is y. Ne?
Yeah.
So we're going to look for y. Now, y is one of the simplest, is whatever the value of q is, ne? Positive or negative. Now, if you look at this value here, what is our q value here?
Our q value is negative.
It's negative. So we're going to tell them y is going to be what to be? Negative 1. Ne?
Y is equal to negative 1.
Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to check, we're going to take the following information and put it in our senior marker so that we can be graded and then check where did we make our mistakes. While we're doing that, we're going to be playing a Hyperbola song, and then we're going to be, playing the Hyperbola song. Let's go and play the Hyperbola song.
Slow rhythmic shaker start. A deep resonant log drum kicks in. Doom, doom, doom. Hey, we looking at the hyperbola today. Question 4 in the building. Asymptotes on the floor. Let's break it down. Let's shift it. Asymptote. Check the hyperbola. Watch the curve. Oh, hey. Asymptote set the limits. Catch the nerve. Denominator 0. Now we don't play. Finding that domain. Clearing the way. Shift it left. Shift it right. Yellow. Shift it left. Shift it right. Yellow. Shift it left. Shift it right. Yellow. Start with the basics. Look at the fraction until it's done. X plus 3 at the bottom.
Audit complete. Question 4.1.1. Here is the objective evaluation of your submission based on the National Senior Certificate, NSC, CAPS Marking Guidelines for Mathematics Paper 1. 1. Marking breakdown. Students' work. Examiner's evaluation. Mark allocation x plus 3 equals 0, right arrow x equals minus 3. Correct equation for the vertical asymptote. 1 mark, A, y equals -1. Correct equation for the horizontal asymptote. 1 mark, A, total score, 2/2 marks. 2. Corrective feedback. Your answer is completely correct. You successfully identified the parameters p and q from the hyperbolic function g, x, equals, frac 1, x plus 3, 1 to determine the asymptotes. Because there are no errors, no corrective action is required here. 3. Caps and formal notation compliance. Terminology, excellent. You provided your final answers as actual equations, x equals -3 and y equals -1. A common trap for students is writing down just the coordinates or values, e.g., -3 and -1, which results in 0 marks under strict CAPS guidelines because an asymptote is a line, not a scalar value. Notation. Standard algebraic notation is correctly applied. 4. Coach's summary. What you did well. You explicitly wrote down the intermediate thought process, x plus 3 equals 0, before isolating x. Even though the prompt uses the instruction, write down, which implies only the final answer is needed for full marks. Writing that initial step is an excellent defensive exam technique to prevent careless sign errors. Area for improvement. To make your work completely bulletproof for the final examiner, briefly label your equations, e.g., VA, x equals -3, and HA, y equals -1. While not strictly required for the marks in this specific sub-question, clearly distinguishing them becomes critical when you need to plot them or calculate axes of symmetry later in the question.
Okay, guys, we're going to continue with our 4.1.2. And then on 4.1.2, what is our question there?
So then 4.1.2 says we should determine the domain of G.
Yeah, this one is a continuity of what we just did on 4.1.1. So they say we should determine the domain. Now, usually I would say to learners, let's just remember we have D, which is the domain, and then we have the range. And then between D and R, I would say to learners, let's just go and compare them with X and Y.
Okay.
Now, which one comes first? Is it D or R?
Between D and R, D comes first.
Yeah, D comes first. And then between X and Y, which one comes first?
X comes first.
Yeah, so the D is going to go with the X, and then the Y is going to go with the what? With the R. So that one, it makes it easy for us just to remember. So when we're going to do this, let's go back to our cut the question.
Okay, here's our question.
Yeah, let's go and put it on the smart note so that we can just write what is going to be our domain.
Here it is.
So we know what is the vertical asymptote.
Yeah.
Now our vertical asymptote, we got it as x is equaling to what? To -3.
-3.
Now remember, guys, what does that mean? It means x cannot be -3. So it can be anything, but it cannot be what? Be -3. Okay, so what are we going to tell them then? We're going to tell them that based on what we got on 4.1.1, x is going to be everyone. It's going to be an element of all the real numbers. So I'm going to say x is an element of all the real numbers, but we're going to tell them with x cannot be -3.
But x cannot be -3.
Yeah, so x can be everyone, but x cannot be -3. Okay, now here it was very important. Here is the notation. So let's just check if we did the correct notation. We're going to take the following and then just paste it. Remember, it's just 1 marks. While we do that, we're going to play the song. Okay, yeah, let's copy it here. Okay, let's go to the song.
Okay, the song.
Makes it crack. What makes it crack? X equals -3. That's a vertical track. -1 on the side. Horizontal line. Y equals -1. Yeah, the graph is looking fine. Move to the next step. What's the domain? X and R. But -3 is the pain. Excluded it. X not equal to -3. Show. Straight line H stepping onto the scene. Gradient is 3. Yeah, you know what I mean. Passes through the intersection. -1 is the point on the block. Substituted in. Y equals M of X plus C.
Audit complete. Question 4.1.2. Here is the objective evaluation of your submission for the domain of G. 1. Marking breakdown. Students' work. Examiner's evaluation. Mark allocation X in Math BB R, but X, nec -3. correctly identifies that the function is defined for all real numbers except at the vertical asymptote. 1 mark, A. Total score, 1/1 marks. 2. Corrective feedback. Your answer is completely correct. You successfully recognized that the domain of a hyperbola is restricted strictly by its vertical asymptote, which you calculated correctly in 4.1.1. No corrective action is required. 3. Caps and formal notation compliance. Terminology. You correctly identified the conditions for the domain. Notation. While writing the English word, but, is perfectly acceptable and will earn you the full mark in a final NSC paper, it is slightly informal. 4. Coach's summary. What you did well. You effectively carried over your knowledge from question 4.1.1. Understanding that the vertical asymptote dictates the domain restriction is a crucial fundamental concept for the functions and graphs section. Area for improvement. To elevate your mathematical grammar to a strict university, professional standard, replace the word, but, with a semicolon, winking face, or a comma. Alternatively, you can use standard set builder notation such as x, in MathBB, r, x, nec -3, or interval notation x, in, infinity, -3, cup, -3, infinity. While not strictly penalized at the high school level, utilizing pure mathematical symbols reduces ambiguity. Please provide the next question and you're working when you are ready.
Hope you caught that daily dose of magic. Like the video and leave us your thoughts. Your comment counts, tell us what you need. Your comment counts, tell us what you need. Find us on TikTok and Facebook. The daily dose of mathematics is the handle. Hit our WhatsApp for the daily prompts. Get more info on 0664 682 9994. 064 682 9994. Hamba kahle.